Hey everyone, welcome back. Ever wish you could just download wisdom straight into your brain?
Like a cheat code for life.
Haha, exactly. Well, today we're taking a shortcut, diving deep into some seriously powerful quotes. The kind that make you stop and think.
Quotes about life, success,
Yeah,
all the good stuff.
we're talking big names too. Socrates, Einstein, Maya Angelou. They've got some wisdom to share. We're going to unpack it all right here, right now.
It's amazing how a single sentence from these great minds can really shift your perspective?
Totally. Like that feeling when you stumble across a quote and it just clicks. All right, let's jump right in. First up, Socrates, the OG of deep thought. He said, "The unexamined life is not worth living."
Whoa, intense much.
Right. But what does that even mean?
I think it sounds scarier than it is. Socrates isn't saying you have to overthink every little thing. It's more about being conscious of how you're living. Are you just going through the motions, or are you actively shaping your life, making choices?
So it's less about the what and more about the how.
Exactly. And thankfully, getting there is simpler than you might think. Even just 5 minutes of journaling a day can work wonders. Or maybe a weekly check-in with yourself. Just taking time to reflect. What went well? What could be better? What do you think? What area of your life could benefit from a closer look?
Oh, well, that's a good one. I'm going to have to think about that. But speaking of reflection, Einstein throws us a curveball with his thoughts on success. He said, "Strive not to be a success, but rather to be of value."
It's funny, isn't it? Like we're constantly told to chase success, and here's Einstein saying, maybe don't.
It almost feels counterintuitive in our achievement-obsessed world,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. But that's what makes it so thought-provoking. I don't think Einstein was saying that success is bad. More like shifting the focus
Hmm.
from external validation to inner worth. It's more about asking, what can I offer the world?
Yeah.
Rather than what can the world give me?
Hmm.
Big difference.
Okay, I'm starting to see the connection. But what does it look like in our everyday lives? How do you be of value, practically speaking?
Well, everyone has something to offer. Think about your skills, your passions. Are you a great listener? Maybe you're a whiz at organizing, or you have this knack for making people laugh.
Those are all amazing skills.
And those are all forms of value you bring to the table. So ask yourself, how can you use those strengths to make a positive impact? Whether it's at work, in your relationships, even just in your daily interactions.
It's like figuring out your own personal superpower and then actually using it to make a difference. And speaking of impact, Maya Angelou, what a legend. She said something so profound about how we treat others.
I think I know which one you're talking about. It's about how people remember how we make them feel.
That's the one. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Wow, right?
Right. So powerful.
Mm.
In a world where we're constantly focused on achievements and accolades, it's easy to forget about the simple but profound impact of human connection.
Absolutely. We get so caught up in the doing that we forget about the being present, being kind.
Think about, what do you remember most about the people who've had a real impact on your life?
Good point. I guess it's not really about specific things they said or did. It's more about the feeling they left me with.
Exactly. That sense of being seen, being heard, being valued. And the best part is, creating that feeling doesn't require grand gestures. It's often the small, everyday moments that matter most.
Like what? Give me an example.
Okay, so picture this. A friend is going through a tough time, and you take the time to really listen to them without judgment. Or maybe you offer a genuine compliment that brightens someone's day.
Or even just holding the door open for a stranger. Small acts of kindness.
Exactly. Those little things might seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they can create a ripple effect. One act of kindness leading to another.
I love that, creating ripples of kindness. It's like that saying, people may not remember what you said, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. Which, speaking of overcoming challenges, brings us to Nelson Mandela, someone who knew a thing or two about resilience.
Talk about overcoming obstacles.
Yeah.
His life was a testament to the power of the human spirit.
For real. And one of my favorite quotes of his is so simple yet so profound. He said, "It always seems impossible until it's done."
I mean, the guy spent 27 years in prison fighting for equality and justice. If anyone knew about facing seemingly insurmountable challenges, it was him.
Yeah, and he never gave up hope. That's the amazing thing. His quote is like a beacon of light, especially when we're stuck in that place of, I can't do this.
It's a reminder that we are capable of so much more than we often give ourselves credit for.
Okay, but how do we actually tap into that resilience, especially when we're feeling overwhelmed?
Well, one thing I find fascinating about Mandela is that he wasn't just a visionary leader. He's a master strategist. He understood that big, audacious goals can be paralyzing.
So how'd he deal with that?
He broke them down. Instead of focusing on the enormity of the task at hand, he concentrated on taking smaller, more manageable steps.
That makes sense. Sometimes we get so caught up in the big picture that we forget to break it down into bite-sized pieces.
Exactly. And just as important as taking those small steps is celebrating the victories along the way.
Yeah, acknowledging those wins, no matter how small, can be incredibly motivating.
It reminds us that we're making progress, that we're moving in the right direction. And sometimes, that's all the fuel we need to keep going.
It's really incredible, isn't it, how these simple sentences, these little nuggets of wisdom, can pack such a punch.
Yeah, it's like they unlock something in you, a new way of seeing things.
Totally. And it's not like there's one right interpretation either. It's more about letting these ideas spark something within you.
Absolutely. We all connect with these thinkers in our own way,
Yeah,
right? What resonates with me might be totally different for you.
for sure. And that's kind of the beauty of it, It's not just about accumulating knowledge. It's about actively engaging with it, making it your own.
100%. And, the cool thing is, this whole journey of self-discovery,
Mhm.
it never really ends. There's always more to learn, more to uncover.
We're like lifelong students constantly searching for those aha moments.
And the best part is, we can take those aha moments and share them with others.
Love that. Spread the wisdom. Well, as we wrap up this deep dive, I gotta say, I'm feeling pretty inspired. Like, I want to take all this amazing insight and actually do something with it.
That's the power of these great thinkers.
Yeah.
They challenge us, provoke us to live a little more intentionally.
So to everyone listening out there, let's not just let these words wash over us. Let's really take them to heart. Let them guide our actions or choices and see what incredible things we can achieve when we actually live by this wisdom.
Hear, hear.
Until next time, keep those minds curious, keep those hearts open.